Next week marks 5 years since neurosurgeon Christopher Dunst was sentenced to life in prison. He was given the name Dr. Death. His case put a spotlight on how easy it can be for dangerous doctors to transfer between hospitals. As part of a NewsNation investigation, Matt Grant from our Austin station found Texas patients are not getting all the information they need about the history of some doctors.
I have to have help for meals, transportation.
More than 30 patients.
This will not bring my mother back, but it is some sense of justice.
Left injured or dead before Christopher Dunst lost his medical license.
Why didn't he stop? Because he has no conscience.
And then his freedom. A decade after Dunst's path of destruction began.
And it isn't just a state problem, it's a national problem.
Dr. Robert Henderson is still fighting to fix the system that allowed Dunst to keep practicing. Our 3-month investigation found around 50 doctors with disciplinary actions in other states, medical licenses suspended, surrendered, or revoked, all able to or still practicing in Texas. Some convicted of crimes, some repeat offenders. We know this only because we pulled thousands of physician disciplinary records from state medical boards across the country, cross-referencing each name with the Texas Medical Board, one at a time. Doctors can be licensed in multiple states. When they mess up in one place, we found some are coming to Texas to start over. Among the doctors currently practicing in Texas, a Colorado neurosurgeon disciplined for performing surgery on the wrong spinal disc, a Wisconsin orthopedic surgeon whose license was suspended indefinitely for operating on a patient while intoxicated, and a Florida doctor reprimanded for prescribing, quote, excessive quantities of oxycodone leading to a patient's death. All of them still showing a clean record in Texas. A search of the board's public profiles for the doctors we discovered shows no record of any disciplinary actions from other states, even though we found it ourselves, information that's required to be reported by law.
Does what we found suggest there is systemic failure?
By definition, yes.
We're always trying to find a way to do our jobs better, to get information faster, and to be able to take actions quicker to protect the public.
Stephen Carlton is executive director of the Texas Medical Board. While he says he can't comment on the specific cases we found, he says it's up to the board to determine if a physician is safe to practice.
So the board doesn't have just kind of a blanket, if you've ever had an action, you can't get a license. If you've ever had a conviction, you can't get a license. Everything is looked at on a case-by-case basis.
Carlton says the board is aware of a majority of the cases we identified and is now investigating the ones it missed after we brought it to their attention.
Missing one is unacceptable. Missing a handful is unacceptable. But it is something that we're looking into right now.
It's unclear after speaking with Carlton why the public profiles for the physicians we identified have not been updated. He wouldn't say if they'll face disciplinary actions for trying to keep their pasts secret. Starting this year, the TMB will post any new out-of-state disciplinary action it finds out about with a note that it was not disclosed by the physician. It will not be retroactive. But by law, it should already be public. The Texas Occupations Code says physician profiles must contain a description of any disciplinary action against the physician by a medical licensing board of another state. The board says it's now trying to better meet that profile information requirement.
I'm really glad to have that information.
Back with Dr. Henderson, he plans to take our findings to members of Congress, calling for greater transparency and better protection for patients.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.